I'm Andy from Freelance Lifestyle Secrets here. Here to talk to you about the next part of the Introduction to IT Contracting series, which is what are the rewards of IT contracting. So normally people think about this first, but as you've seen, we discussed a lot of other things before this. But the rewards are really, what people are looking at in terms of, should I do IT contracting? What am I going to get out of IT contracting? What's it all about, really? So, what are the rewards of IT contracting? Well, you've probably, seen them, thought about them, picked them up from our previous discussions. The first one, and probably the main one, is more income. So more take-home pay, getting paid what you think you deserve rather than, what an employer can afford to pay you. So the income is really, the first big reward. And it also means you can pay, the perks and benefits that you want to get out of, your life, rather than what an employer decides is important and want to provide for you. So for example, if you never go to the gym, but you get a free gym membership, then not really worth it. So income, more of it, do what you want with it, use it, to your benefit. So the second big reward is the freedom and flexibility that contracting gives you. Really all about, especially nowadays, the flexibility or freedom of hybrid or working from home. So, you might do a bit of hybrid, one day in the office every couple of weeks or so, to completely just working from home. Obviously, for some IT roles, you need to be on site, but less and less necessary these days. The other side of that is then you can also get more freedom in terms of the breaks you take as well. So you get more control really over, what you do, when you do it, and how much of a break you have between times. The third really key benefit is just the variety of work that you do. So I think the main thing I hear from people that are employed is no matter how good the job is and how good the company is, after a couple of years, you're kind of always doing the same thing. Maybe you're maintaining a particular system or project. You're always just working on the same thing, never learning anything new, no great challenge. So if you like, a bit of variety and a bit of challenge, then contracting, provides that key benefit of always doing something new if you choose to. You can obviously always choose to just do very similar roles or even stay with a client for a longer period. But normally, people want to have a change and do something completely different or, slightly more challenging. And contracting gives you the opportunity, to do that in a big way. So always upskilling, you can choose projects where you upskill, learn new skills, get new experiences. And that's a really positive cycle, because then with those new skills and experiences, on your next project, you're probably going to get paid a higher rate because those are more in-demand skills and experiences that you've got. And it's a real positive cycle then. So key benefits: more income, more freedom and flexibility, and more variety. And those are probably the three key things that people benefit from as an IT contractor. What do those rewards look like in reality? What are some of the benefits that you can actually achieve? Well, we talked about obviously income and getting the pay rise that you deserve rather than what someone else thinks, either that you deserve or they can afford to pay you. So income, we cover it. The other things are, maybe a bit more intangible and you don't really see them until you experience them. One of the key things I found kind of tied into the, pay and performance reviews and all that kind of thing is avoiding all the office and company politics that you kind of maybe need to, encounter to progress your career or, do what you need to do. So being able to avoid all of that and just do the work, because that's kind of why we get into, IT roles, is we enjoy doing, most of them without all the politics that come with them sometimes. As a contractor, you can pretty much do that. So you avoid all of that company office politics that as an employee you kind of are always battling with. And then we've also talked about the ability to upskill, increase your skills and experiences, and then feed that into your next role so you get increased pay. So it's a nice positive cycle. So as an employee, you probably are always waiting for your employer to give you the nod or the go ahead to go on some training or to provide some technology that you can learn that you maybe see your colleagues or friends in other companies doing. And it's normally very difficult, to get the training that you want at the time that you want it. Whereas as a contractor, either you can get it through roles or you can afford to pay, for those outside trainings. And then another thing we've mentioned is kind of the freedom, flexibility, and how long you have breaks for. So this could be, how long you work for before you decide you want to have a break. So maybe you work 6 months and then have a break. Or it may just be how long your breaks are. So maybe, you'd like to have long weekend breaks, and most clients are fairly flexible. So as long as the project's going well and you're, kind of delivering on the project side, it's not that you've got 25 days holiday and you need to take them at a certain time or you can't take any more. As a contractor, you can pretty much, have a bit more control over, okay, I want to have Friday afternoons off to make, the most of some long weekends, or I'm going to have, a month's break between contracts. So you get a nice, time to recharge, reset, and get ready for the next one. And you can be flexible, in amongst all of that as well, so it suits your lifestyle. And that's kind of the last thing we'll come on to is, this is all leading really into your contractor lifestyle, your freelance lifestyle, and what that looks like for you. So it's different for everybody. So it may be around kind of maximizing income, maybe around maximizing the freedom, flexibility, and holidays and breaks and travel. So lots of things you can do as a contractor that you can't do as an employee. So that's it for today. But on the next video, we'll talk a lot more about kind of the lifestyle side. So get ready for the next one coming. But for the time being, thanks for watching. This is Andy from Freelance Lifestyle Secrets.